Hi, I'm here with Sigurður, an artist from Iceland, who is part of Little Constellation network for contemporary art. Hi, Sig.
Hi.
Can you please talk me about your project for Mediterranea 16?
Yeah, well, I have two projects, two works. One is a portrait that I actually exhibited like 2 years ago in a museum, in the Living Art Museum in Iceland. And here I exhibit just the portrait as like a reference point to a story that is actually that during the exhibition, which was for like 2 months, there was this, because it's a found portrait, it's a found film in the street, and I enlarged it, exhibited in the museum, and there during the exhibition there was this girl that came to the museum, and she saw this portrait, and she just was really shocked, came to the employee of the museum and said it was the first time that she saw herself from her youth. So now actually I exhibit the picture just as a reference point to this story that I'm telling you now, you know. And then I have the portraits, these found portraits as well, but a totally different work. It's a self-portrait composed of found portraits. And it's a collection that is continuously growing, so it's a work in progress, like the other one. Like it's, and that's also what I want to say with these works is that like it doesn't end, you know. A work is never finished.
So, in your presentation, there is a quote by Jodorowsky, which says, "Today we continue the conversation we are having from the beginning of the universe." Can you tell me something about this quote?
Yeah, I mean, it talks about what I was just saying before, about this, like how things just continue, you know, nothing ever ends. And actually, he says that before saying that. It's an interview with him, a recent interview, where the interviewer wants to end the interview. So he's like, I think this point is a perfect point to end the interview. And Jodorowsky says like, no, wait, nothing ever ends. We continue this conversation from the beginning of the universe.
I see.
So it's it's about that, how I mean, you die and a part of your work dies with you, I think, but it just continues in a different way, never ends. From the beginning of the universe. Yeah.
So, last question for you. What kind of relationship is there in your activity and in your artwork between art and life?
Yeah, I used to ask myself this question a lot until I just decided to stop it, you know. Like if you're asking it too much, then there is not the connection, you know. And I think actually life is more art than art. Life is more art than art is art. Yeah. Like someone told me the story of Kjarval, this painter, famous Icelandic painter, who in his openings he used to have 2 hats. I mean, he was a painter, just a painter, right? But at this time you always had a hat and you took it off to greet people, but he had 2, so it's like juggling it to and saying hello all the time, you know. Yeah. So that's a crazy performance, right? And you know, artists like Dieter Roth and these people that just lived. They just lived. They didn't even live the art. They just lived. Yes. So yeah, life is more art than art is art. That's a good line.
Yeah. Okay, I was lying actually. I just want to ask you an opinion about this biennial.
Oh yeah. I'm actually quite surprised because I have this problem with very institutional exhibitions and biennales in general, you know. But I mean, I think it's a good subject. Also, errors allowed to. Because if you're going to work in this field, you have to kind of, how do you say, contradict yourself, you know. So I think it's a good contradiction, this Biennale.
Thank you very much. It was very interesting.
Thank you.
Bye.